What if it's a serial murderer who's targeting company executives? What if it's someone in the building or a disgruntled employee? What about the security cameras? Louise asked. What? Tracy was pulled away from her serial killer imaginings. Yes, we have cameras. I know, I saw one on the wall in the reception area. Are there any cameras in the hallway leading to Stanley's office? Louise edged forward in her seat. She smelled blood in the water now. I think so. She slowly turned her wide, wet eyes to me, then nodded like an eager child seeking approval. Yes, there are. May we see the security tapes? I said. For some reason, it sounded like I was speaking to someone mildly retarded. Her wide-eyed look left and was replaced with annoyance. Of course. We'll have to go to security. They're 2 floors up. Louise stood and straightened her jacket. Lead the way. Chapter 9. Tracy brought us to a panel door hidden in one of the walls. This is for employees only. The executives don't like the employees riding in the elevators when we have VIP guests in the building. We can't have important people waiting or getting into a crowded elevator, heaven forbid. Of course not, I said. I hate that classist shit. What's good for one is good for all, in my opinion. Who cares what title they hold? The stairway was gray painted metal. A damp tin smell permeated the air. The echo of our footsteps made it sound like there were a whole herd of us. One thing was for sure. Stanley and Forrester didn't give a damn about their employees. The employee areas in the building were sad and depressing, designed to show the employees their place, to tell them they weren't important. To me, it seemed counterproductive to depress your employees. Maybe the designers of this building knew something I didn't. We went up the dark stairs 2 floors to the security area. A large glowing electronic keypad greeted us at the door. The light of the keys actually gave the stairwell landing a cheery yellow hue. I looked at Louise and raised my eyebrows. What? She said. Are you feeling all right? Yes. Louise narrowed her eyes. Why? You look jaundiced. You should find a mirror, white girl. I bet I look a lot healthier than you do. Tracy raised a fist and pounded on the door, then turned to us over her shoulder. Only security personnel have access to this area. Behind me, I heard a mechanical hum. I turned in time to see the black security camera in the corner of the stairwell lock onto us. Damn it, Mel, let us in. Tracy spoke directly to the camera. On the other side of the large door, locks clanked back and released. The door, which was sealed like a refrigerator, swung open. A burst of cold air rushed out. When the door swung all the way open, we stared into a TV-lined control room that looked like a cross between a 747 and NASA's launch control. A large woman dressed in a blue security uniform stepped in front of the opening. The left corner of her mouth migrated up into a mischievous grin. Come on in, she said. I've been waiting for you to get around to seeing me. Frankly, I'm surprised it took you so long. I thought I would have been your first stop after the 911 call. You're Mel, I said. Yep, short for Melanie. She moved across the room and behind the control desk. Her large frame eclipsed the small task chair and it groaned in protest under her considerable weight. You must know how it is to try and be taken seriously in a man's profession. Melanie's too soft. Mel is much more authoritative. Yeah, I understand. And I did. If she were anything other than a large, menacing woman named Mel, she'd be laughed at when she applied for a security job. Mel, Tracy said and leaned on the edge of the desk. These officers would like to see the security tapes from last night around the time of the murder? Exactly, Louise said. I'm notified when anyone dials 911 in the building. She nodded toward a bank of TVs to her right. There had to be 30 different screens showing every area of the Stanley and Forrester offices. The images flickered as the cameras changed angles. As soon as I saw the shit coming down this morning in Stanley's office, I cued the tapes from last night. She rolled the squeaky chair towards the TVs. I haven't looked at the tapes yet. I figured you'd want the first crack at them. Where do you want to start? Louise looked at me with a pleased expression on her face. It figured. She loved efficiency.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.